Hello again. One of the things about the debate on immigration to this country that I find really irritating is that nobody seems willing to speak in practical terms about what may or may not be done. There is talk by the government, on the one hand, about targeting people smuggling gangs, and those who urge a more robust approach have in the past spoken of creating a hostile environment for those living and working illegally in Britain. Neither side wants to spell out in detail the only two possible courses of action. Here they are. Either we can simply throw in the towel and admit defeat, granting amnesty to the many hundreds of thousands, perhaps even millions of people who have entered the country illegally or overstayed their visas and so on, tell them that it's fine, they can stay here and in the course of time become citizens. Alternatively, we can round up those people, place them in detention centres or concentration camps, and then dump them wherever in the world we are able. As I have pointed out before, this course of action would, in effect, mean abandoning democracy and the rule of law, and using the army to arrest and detain those with whom we wish to deal. We have a clear blueprint to follow for such an action in the introduction of internments to Northern Ireland in 1971, Operation Demetrius. The logistics of the thing are certainly practical, but it would change the very nature of this country. Both of these courses of action have distasteful, or might say repugnant features. Then again, both also have their attractions. Which we choose is largely a matter of prejudice. Both are perfectly practical. I am not advocating either of these options, but rather pointing out that they are the options, and that as the number of illegal immigrants continues to rise, we are drawing ever nearer to being compelled to make that choice. In the last 4 days alone, 1,117 more illegal immigrants entered Britain by crossing the English Channel in small boats. I give a link to the government website which lists these figures in the description to this video. We really cannot delay much longer in reaching a decision, making a choice between the two possible courses of action which I have outlined. As I say, what I find simply astounding is that this is never explicitly set out in newspapers or on the television, and none of our politicians are willing to speak plainly on the matter. It is as if we all hope that if we simply do nothing and just keep waffling on and pretending that everything will sort itself out at some vague date in the future, then we can just carry on kicking this particular can down the road indefinitely. We can't. This is a crisis which is not going to fade away, and all the signs are that it's likely to get much, much worse in the coming months and years.